Hello my comrades, and today I have some more horror game news to share with you guys. First off, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie might actually be coming out next year. Dark Deception Chapter 5 got some even more teasers, and Five Nights at Freddy's Plus just released a huge trailer containing tons of new info. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie has been in development hell for 7 years, with the community unsure of whether it would ever actually release. But just a few days ago, we finally got our first major teaser regarding the movie, and even a confirmation that it could possibly be coming out next year. Recently, Jason Blum, owner of the studio producing the FNAF movie Blumhouse, finally gave a few updates regarding the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So, a few months ago, Blum tweeted pretty much out of nowhere, "Listen here all you FNAF fanatics," well, specifically the doubters, "stop doubting," implying that the FNAF movie was actually happening, finally, and that we're maybe somewhere near a release date, which is actually a pretty big deal considering that, as I said, the movie has been in development hell for years, with Scott Cawthon, who is allegedly working closely with Blum to get the movie right, going through numerous scripts before finally settling on one. And when someone asked if the FNAF movie will be as horrific as it was intended to be, Blum responded with, "It will be." Now here's the big news that I'm sure you came here for. Just a few days ago, Blum posted this image on his Twitter saying, "It's great to be working with Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Their experience with animatronics is absolutely killer." And attached to that tweet is a photo showing a man working on a scaled down model of Freddy Fazbear himself. Now I consider this to be really good news. Jim Henson Studio is of course responsible for things like The Muppets and The Dark Crystal, which revolutionized puppets and animatronics in film. So the FNAF movie's use of puppets and animatronics instead of CGI may just give it the rundown and uncanny aesthetic that it would need to succeed as a film. Finally, we have this interview with Jason Blum, which seems to confirm that the release date of the FNAF movie may be next year. In an interview, Blum is asked about which projects he is most excited about releasing in the next year, and one of the two movies he lists is the FNAF adaptation. He goes on to say that there are allegedly 3 other unannounced films that will be going into production in the next 12 months. So could this possibly imply that the FNAF film is already fully in production and has just been kept very tightly under wraps? Now, to play devil's advocate just a bit here, on the other hand, this could all actually mean nothing. Back when the FNAF movie was first being produced by Warner Bros. And directed by Gil Kenan, man behind films like Poltergeist, Monster House, and The City of Ember, several images from that studio's prop department surfaced on Kenan's Twitter, also showing partially built animatronic props and such. And as we all know, that version of the film went absolutely nowhere. So on one hand, we could actually be dangerously close to the FNAF movie releasing, as Jason Blum says, or it could be another 7 years. William Dafoe should definitely play William Afton though. Okay, next story. Dark Deception Chapter 5 has actually got itself 2 new teasers this time around. The first one is probably the most interesting, and it is the 3rd enemy reveal for Chapter 5. This one depicts a shadowy figure in a black cloak and uncanny looking white mask. If you brighten up the image, you can see that this character is actually holding 2 other masks. As this teaser is somehow even more vague than the last one, we really don't have all that much to go off of, besides the caption which reads, "Control is an illusion, there is always a master," which implies that this character is someone very significant to the story, possibly Malik's final form, or something like that. But apart from that, we really weren't given much to go off of here. The second teaser, on the other hand, is much more self-explanatory. This one seems to show Beirce with a necklace made of what resembles soul shards, or pieces of the ring itself, possibly meaning that she has now somehow harnessed this power, maybe once Doug has collected all of the shards. Now there is a theory going around that at the end of the game, Beirce betrays you and takes on the role as one of the final enemies in the game. So if that is correct, then perhaps this is what we are seeing here. Fazbear Fanverse Initiative fan game FNAF Plus, try saying that 3 times fast, just received its final and most in-depth trailer yet, and it appears to be gearing up for release. This trailer focuses on a silhouette of the new Freddy design, while images of the various redesigned Freddy's locations flash by. The new locations look amazing too. These, in my opinion, by far surpass the detail of the original, and give a grittier, much more disturbing spin on the first Five Nights at Freddy's game. Then we finally get to see the new animatronics in action. And a lot of people really dislike these reimaginings of the FNAF characters, but I personally like them quite a bit. I mean, apart from the weird looking clothes that kind of look like male strippers, I don't know. I just don't think the FNAF characters look good in general with clothes, but other than that, I've always wanted to see redesigns of the original 4 FNAF characters, and this game honestly does a decent job. I've always strayed away from covering FNAF fan games on my channel, because I only wanted to cover stuff that was actually connected with the mainline FNAF story. And I know that also for some reason there's a lot of drama surrounding it, but I think that a lot of the ideas and projects it has to offer are really novel and interesting, so I might cover it more in the future, but only if you guys like this video. Hey, you guys want to see something funny? Oh my god, he's bald! I know. I shaved my head. I didn't think I would either, but it's done now. You know, nothing we can do about it. I mean, you could probably make fun of me in the comments, since you guys are gonna do that anyway. It'll be funny, I'm sure. Anyway, in case you haven't noticed, we're like really close to 1,000 subscribers, and preferably I'd like to hit that in the next week before school starts, so I can flex it at all my obnoxious classmates. So could you please subscribe? It'd be so nice of you. Yeah, but you know, just go ahead and boost the engagement and watch time by liking and subscribing and commenting and all other stuff I pretend not to care about. And goodbye. I will see you in the next one.